Thanks for joining us for another edition of National Focus. I'm Colette Ambo. Coming up, National Employment Program officially launched in Mahaut, results of flow test conducted at Geothermal well in Laudat, beyond expectations, and environmental pollution, a matter of concern. Stay tuned for these and other stories after this.
The black Sikatuka fungus can survive on banana and plantain leaves even after they have been cut from the tree. Farmers and hucksters are encouraged to use alternate cushioning material when moving produce from farm to the market. Do not use banana and plantain leaves as cushioning. It is against the law to move banana and plantain trash from the field. Obey the law and stop the spread of black Sikatuka today.
Thanks for staying with us. Officials have reported remarkable success following a flow test at Dominica's first commercial geothermal well in Laudat. GIS's Mervyn Matthew was on site on Monday and files this report.
The government of Dominica is moving full steam ahead in its quest to harness the island's geothermal energy for the generation of electricity. On Tuesday, June 10, 2014, a flow test began at the island's first commercial geothermal well in Laudat.
The purpose of this test is to determine the generation capacity of the production well by measuring the flow rate of the steam and fluid, temperature, the pressure, and taking various samples of the steam and fluid for chemical analysis.
6 days later, Vice President of the Geothermal Resource Group in California, Will Osborne, who has been a consultant in the drilling, testing and monitoring component of the project, made a major announcement.
We have measured the output of this well and we expect it to be capable of more than 10 megawatts of electric power generation, which is enough to replace the current diesel power generation on the island and bring energy independence to the Commonwealth of Dominica.
This is welcome news for the parliamentary representative for the Roseau Valley constituency, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre.
We in the Roseau Valley, we're forming what you call energy node, this in terms of hydro already existing here, and now we speak of the geothermal energy plant, which will be built in the Roseau Valley to really take energy to the next level in Dominica.
It's a major blow to critics of the project and another step towards the production of geothermal energy in Dominica, a matter which seemed as a mere dream in the past, now becoming a reality under the current DLP administration.
We have been talking about the potential in geothermal energy for more than 40 years. But no government had the competence in terms of mobilizing the requisite resources and technical competence to have gotten us to this point we're now at in the development.
To date, over $50 million have been spent on the project. Despite the high cost, however, Prime Minister Skerrit believes it will be worth it.
We have been listening to the cries of the Dominican population, our business people, the people who are involved in manufacturing, the tourism people, the hoteliers, and also every citizen of this country who receives an electricity bill at the end of each month. The single greatest crime of all these people is that our light bills, as we call it, is way too high and exorbitant.
Energy Minister Honorable Rayburn Blackmore believes the development of the island's geothermal resource marks the beginning of a new era.
We the people of Dominica, for once in our development, will be able to enjoy 1. Energy independence, 2. Energy reliance, and 3. Cheaper energy to the households and Dominica on a whole.
There are over 50 countries around the world who currently use geothermal energy to successfully generate electricity.
There are thousands of geothermal wells operated safely every day around the world. So we urge you to continue to support the development of this resource that the country has been blessed with.
There are some concerns about the rumbling associated with the project. This was addressed by Mr. Will Osborne.
Once the field is fully developed and installed, the pipelines run quietly through the forest and the wells are completely silent.
With the increasing cost of oil on the international market, the emergence of this promising geothermal resource has provided an ideal option to electricity generation in Dominica. For National Focus, I am Mervyn Matthew reporting.
In more news, over 60 residents of the Mahaut constituency can now earn a living from developing their communities. The Community Employment Program, a component of government's National Employment Program, was officially launched in the constituency on Monday, June 16th. Addressing the launch, a parliamentary representative for the Mahaut constituency, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, said that one of the areas of focus will be community tourism.
I'm very happy and elated today that we are going to have a very special team in the Rodney's Rock area. It's a historic location and they place emphasis on community tourism development. I was very happy that a number of you came to me months ago with an idea to do it voluntarily. But you're going to be paid a stipend and you have a nice plan. Let us develop Rodney's Rock and make it what it ought to be. And to make it a national site, you can relax, you can do snorkeling, you can have your environment where you can have your driving movies at night, you can have your boat rides, etc., and enjoy the beach and make it a very unique environment, a place to be. So I'm looking forward because I have been told that you have some good things planned.
Honorable Blackmore says much emphasis is being placed on vocational training.
We, a couple months ago, had a very special meeting in Cane Field where we invited persons who are interested in learning how to lay stones. That is a discipline that is dying out in our community. Something that calls for a lot of patience and skills. But of course it attracts good money, good pay. A number of persons from Mahaut, and one or two from Mahaut, came to that meeting. And as a consequence, we are now seeing the engagement of a number of young folks from the Mahaut constituency learning how to lay bricks, because we believe that having a good education is good. But at the vocational levels, it's also important for us to place significance to those levels. And I'm happy that in the mix of the young folks who are actually learning how to lay stones, we have young ladies there.
The Community Development Program has also employed individuals to work as education mentors, as well as to assist in community beautification projects. As a community outreach component of the NEP, the Mahaut MP stated that the development program is a testament to the Labour Party administration's quest to uplift and empower individuals.
We believe that ordinary people, once given the opportunity, can do extraordinary things. And that is what we have to build this country around. Hard work and creating opportunities for us so we can contribute towards mainstream society. And there are a number of ways we can contribute to mainstream society. Through having a good education or a good skill. And nothing wrong in being a mechanic or somebody who works as a mason, because in a number of instances, good mechanics and good bricklayers can make more money than a medical doctor. What you have to do is to do whatever you're doing with the highest degree of excellence, and money will follow you.
According to the NEP coordinator, Gloria Joseph's report, over 65 constituents from the area will be employed under the program, with an excess of $730,000 being made available by government for stipends. Equipment for the 6 to 12-month contract program was presented at the launching ceremony, as well as checks for the first 3 monthly salaries. Honorable Blackmore encouraged the new employees to exercise diligence in their work to ensure the sustainability of their employment. Environmental pollution, a pathway for the spread of disease. This was the theme of Environment Corner, a television discussion hosted by the Forestry, Wildlife and Parks Division and the Government Information Service on Tuesday. Senior Environmental Health Officer Tassie Thomas noted that environmental pollution in Dominica is a matter for concern as technology is developing so rapidly.
Men are building more sophisticated gadgets and equipment, and we always want the latest model. We no longer want the 1980 model of cars or fridges or stove and so on. We want what is now. Now, what do we do with what we had then? Nobody wants it. What it becomes? Waste. So we just put it by the wayside, and what you have, it becomes harborage for vectors of diseases.
General Manager of Collection and Fleet Management at the Dominica Solid Waste Corporation, Florian Mitchell, explained that waste management is everybody's business and contributes to a healthier people.
In the solid waste context of it, we believe that waste management is everybody's business. And a clean environment equates healthy people. You don't have to pay a lot of money to go to the hospital because your environment is clean. You don't have vector-borne diseases because you don't have a ravine that is blocked. Then you have stagnated water, then you have mosquitoes, then you have vermins, and we have leptospirosis and all those things in the past that we've had issues with. A lot of that is contributed to improper disposal of garbage.
Thomas further revealed that the Environmental Health Unit is prepared to help, not punish those unknowingly harming the environment.
We try to work with people when we see that they are creating a problem in the environment rather than punishing them, taking them to court and that kind of thing.
Both guests noted that the health of Dominica's environment rests in the hands of its nationals. And in other news, certification is available to all no matter their level of education. That's according to the Executive Director of the Dominica Coalition of Service Industries, DCSI, Lester Rivera. Rivera was making reference to the Caribbean Vocational Qualifications Skills Assessment and Recognition Certification Program launched this month by the DCSI and the Builders and Contractors Association of Dominica. He noted that individuals who have been in the construction industry for a number of years can be certified once they have been assessed.
If an individual has, in general construction, for instance, there are maybe, I think there are maybe 12 areas or so that are 12 components of the CVQ qualification. And an individual may be competent in 8 areas. It means that that individual needs to upgrade themselves.
The executive director explained that the program is an opportunity for nationals to receive qualifications based on their on-the-job experience and knowledge.
It's not a classroom type of situation. It's an opportunity for everybody in the construction industry, regardless of educational background, how long you have gone to school. It's really based on your knowledge of what you're doing right now on the job, because a number of these operators and workers, there may be a measure of intimidation on their part, concern as to, okay, do I need to show that I've gone to school, I've completed high school, and so on. That's not the case. It's an excellent opportunity, and it's a unique opportunity. As a matter of fact, this is a landmark opportunity that's been made available to the individuals in this industry. It has never been done before, and that type of assessment, that type of opportunity to receive a certificate based on your knowledge, based on your experience, especially on the job.
Numbers are expected to increase in terms of registration for the CVQ, and the DCSI aims to certify at least 250 persons.
The response has been quite encouraging. The marketing is increasing now, so we anticipate that the numbers will increase. We're looking to certify up to, or assess initially, up to 250 operators and workers in the industry. So it has been quite encouraging, and so the fact that there are 250 people that can be assessed, it means that there are opportunities for a lot of people in Dominica to benefit from this program.
Registration is still open and interested persons are asked to call 266-4092. Jazz and Creole 2014 has been described as a success. This was confirmed by CEO and Director of Discover Dominica Authority, Colin Piper, during an interview with GIS on Tuesday.
Jazz and Creole 2014, well, at least in my estimation, and I think by reports that I have received, was another success. So hats off to the government and to Discover Dominica Authority, our platinum partner Digicel, and all the others who played a part in this. It continues to grow. One of the things that we have been interested in doing is making sure that we have quality artists so that we can make the product something that people would want to come for. So this year you noticed that we kind of stepped it up a bit. So all in all, in terms of at Fort Shirley, a good vibe.
Piper noted that an important aspect of this year's celebration was fostering an understanding and appreciation for jazz and Creole music and culture in children.
I think quality-wise, we provided a package that people were interested in. But I think it's not just about jazz up at Fort Shirley. It's all about ambience. It's all about the family atmosphere. A very important introduction this year was the Fonzaghi Kids Zone, where parents who came with their youngsters were able to leave them in the care of adults and security, and the kids would play on the bouncy castle and do a lot of games. So the parents were able to enjoy an hour or two of the event, knowing that everything was taken care of. There was sufficient food with the vendors, that we had sufficient drink with the beverage sponsors and beverage folks that we had there.
Part of the DDA's goal and objective of Jazz and Creole is to promote Dominica as an ideal tourist destination and increase the number of visitors to the island. This, in retrospect, would draw Dominica closer to its target of achieving 90,000 stay-over tourists by the end of calendar year 2015. Piper informed that all statistics have not yet been accumulated. However, he relayed his confidence in the future success of the event and the ability of Fort Shirley's venue to provide a comfortable ambience.
I think 5 years now, we've proved the concept that it can work. A lot of people talk about, maybe the need to move it from Fort Shirley because of the crowd. I think that we typically have about a 1,500 to 1,700 attendance between paid patrons and everybody else who's working and complimentaries and the like. And I think that's a very comfortable number for the fort right now. If we start to increase, beyond that by say 300, 400, 500, then we'll have to find some additional spaces within the cabarets and within Fort Shirley that we can expand to. So that's when you'll probably see maybe a big screen in a particular location where people can put their blankets down and really take it easy, because you'll always be able to hear the music. And if you can see it, whether live on stage or via big screen, I think for jazz, certain people are okay with that.
And finally, this news time, the Dominica Spa Health and Wellness Association is promising a year full of activities centered on general well-being. In an interview with GIS News on Friday, 13th June, President of the association, Martha Cuffey, said that discussions about partnership with government ministries and other organizations to see these plans through are already underway.
We always partner with the Ministry of Health for Caribbean Wellness Month. So we ask people to look out for some events that we're scheduling there. I've started conversations with various parties about what maybe we can do together. So we started to discuss that. We also have an event scheduled for July, where we have Sister Nat, one of our members who's recently returned from Antigua. She'll be giving a lecture, as well as we'll be showing an educational movie about the power of a plant-based diet.
According to Coffee, the association is hoping to raise consciousness among Dominicans about taking advantage of the natural commodities.
So we're really trying to educate people more about what is so much is available on island that is beneficial for our well-being, that is literally in our back door. You don't need to go to the supermarket to get it. And so the cost of the ticket will more than be reimbursed by the information that you'll get and the enthusiasm you have for your life and what is around you. Because I personally feel that you don't appreciate what you don't know about. And we've taken for granted so much of what our grandmothers did or mothers did, and it's time to refresh that knowledge and wisdom. So we're really passionate about sharing what we know, demonstrating what we know, trying to live by what we know, so that we have this infection and we don't have a country that's beset by diabetes, hypertension, amputations, and all these things which really impact the livelihood and quality of lives of Dominicans.
Coming up, a few tips that will come in handy in case of an emergency.
What's for dinner?
I know, but you want Cheryl.
Who? Cheryl? Oh, babes, that's nothing.
Nothing? With the neighbor that is nothing?
Hon,
come on. Whatever.
You know you're my number one.
And she's number what, 10? Plenty married women get engaged from the husband these days. I don't want to be one of them. From now on, I'm looking out for me.
But babes, I only talk to the woman.
Until I'm certain this will take care of both of us, if you're lucky.
Your family depends on you. Don't take home eggs.
In-studio discussions, Insight, Creole News, Road to the Throne, Calypso, Creole Festival, Carnival, and lots more local programming. See it all on the Government Information Service, your first for local news.
It's natural to panic when that emergency situation arises that requires first aid. Perhaps a co-worker abruptly collapses in the office and paramedics are a long distance away. Panic not. Here are a few tips you can use to assist the medical professionals before they arrive. Check the individual's breathing by tilting their head backwards and looking and feeling for breaths. Call 999 as soon as possible or get someone else to do it while you continue attending to the patient. Push firmly downwards in the middle of their chest and then release. And push at a regular rate until help arrives. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at muse.gov.dm. Friend us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the GIS News production team, I am Colette Ambo. Thanks for watching.